Champions League winner, domestic titleist, agile, ball control enthusiast, wizard in midfield. Standing at 5'7" and a slim 143 pounds, Luka Modric has survived worse than a tackle from Arturo Vidal. Born in Madrid, a tiny suburb on the slopes of the Velebit Mountains, his upbringing revolved around war and bloodshed. His village was regularly bombed. Locals would die every day from shells and mines. His grandfather, Luka Sr., would always climb a nearby hill with his cattle until Serbian rebels spotted him, detained him, and executed him, along with 6 others in cold blood. At just 6 years old, young Luka and his family fled via the start of the Croatian War for Independence. They left home and found refuge as refugees in a hotel in Zadar. Not your average stay, however. Due to its proximity to the sea, Zadar was now a target from not one, but 2 different fronts. Although he began his training at NK Zadar, he would run for his life as the football field turned to a battlefield in an instant. Air raids and mortars were a regularity, and Luka and his teammates had to run for cover to save themselves. His bridge with other refugees was football. The hotel's parking lot even had craters and holes, but it was his training ground. His passion gained recognition. One hotel employee phoned the director of a local club and upon his arrival, left impressed enough to offer an enrollee spot in the academy. Even though he loved the game, later on he was rejected by his childhood club and Luka questioned playing again. His mentor kept him in check and soon he was signed, then loaned, from Zagreb to the overtly physical and racially motivated Bosnian League, where he was voted the league's best player. From there, he was loaned again. The Croatian team noticed, and he was called up to the U21s. Promotions continued as Dinamo Zagreb offered a 10-year contract. To celebrate, he bought his parents a flat. His connection is strong to those back home. Not a day goes by when I don't speak to my parents and my 2 sisters back home. I'm a family man. Excelling at Zagreb, bigger clubs came calling, and the meteoric rise ensued, including his call-up with the national team. Arsenal and Arsene Wenger showed interest but ruled him too fragile. My whole career people questioned me, saying I wouldn't make it. I wasn't good enough because I wasn't big and strong. When people said I wouldn't cope in the Premier League, it just gave me an extra incentive. I wanted to prove them wrong. Barcelona turned him down. Nothing materialized with Bayern. Then came Spurs, coming off a super meh 11th place finish. He signed for a club record 6 years, £16.5 million, besting Darren Bent's previous high in 2007. After an 0-8 start, Harry Redknapp came in, things changed. I started to play better and better. I grew in confidence, he said. He helped Tottenham to their first Champions League appearance. He played alongside Gareth Bale, Benoit Asuikoto, Pavlyuchenko, Robbie Keane, Van der Vaart, Crouch, Defoe, Rose, Adebayor, Luis Saha, Kyle Walker, and many other regulars. I dreamed of playing for Real Madrid, he would say, and the move would be completed for £30 million. However, with Khedira, Xabi, Ozil ahead of him, he could not crack the starting 11, and one Spanish outlet ran a poll. He was voted the worst signing of any La Liga club in 2012, 32.2% of the vote. After Mourinho left the Bernabeu, Modric was put in and succeeded. He was voted best midfielder in Spain, nominated for the UEFA Champions League Team of the Year, and down 1-0 took the corner in the 93rd minute, his cross finding the head of Sergio Ramos in one Champions League final. He has scored and or assisted in 2 of Real Madrid's 3 Champions League trophies. He has outrun mortars and trained in craters and thrived in tense environments. Luka Modric represents more than a club or his country. He represents the dream.